Speedforce, the Flash podcast. I am your host, Phil Maynard.
And I'm your other host, Anthony Hernandez.
And we are doing a podcast this week on the episode...
5?
6.
Six?
6 of Season 2 of Flash, titled Enter Zoom.
I wonder if there's anyone out there keeping track of how many times I do not know the number of the episode.
I wonder how many times people are when I forget the number of the episode. And I'm the one who runs this whole thing, and I can't remember it half the time.
Like, I know what happened. I just don't know what number episode we're on.
It was a good episode. Really good episode. Slow. Very, very slow throughout the full beginning of the episode.
You know, everyone was saying it was slow. I don't know. I wasn't feeling... There were slower episodes.
Yeah, there have been.
Maybe that's just, like, desensitized me to the slowness of this episode. But, like, 2 episodes ago, it was the slowest episode we ever had. And I was like, ugh.
Oh, the whole family one? Ugh.
It's almost like, you know... You get fed, like, bad food for a while, so you get used to it, and then someone gives you, like, actually good food, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. That's how I kind of felt with this episode.
Yeah. I loved all the, like, jokes in the episode, especially, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the episode. Again, guys, we don't need to do spoiler alerts. Watch the episode, and then listen to our podcast. We talk through things that are going to pop up, even if they haven't yet.
How do you say this guy's name?
I don't know.
Ragu?
Sitharaman.
I mean, he emailed us, and we respect that. Thank you for emailing us.
Well, he posted on the Speedforce spoiler event page, and I accumulated all his stuff and put it together.
I can't read his name. It's Raghu. Ragu? Rahau. Sorry, man. I'm trying my best. But Sitharaman.
So what were we saying just a second ago?
I was just trying to read his name for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but hey, thanks for posting something on the page. It helps us out, man.
Yeah. This episode... Oh, that's what I was saying. Is I loved the writing in the episode, especially during the whole scene where Linda and Barry are fighting, and the dialogue is so terrible. But if you take it out of context, it's such a comic book like conversation. Like, I've come here to kill the Flash, and no one's gonna stand in my way, and no one's around to stand in his way or her way.
It did remind me a little bit like of what they would say in a comic book versus what they should say on like a CW television show. Like,
which is why Cisco says, "I'm gonna write better dialogue next time."
He essentially just took a comic
next time.
There's still gonna be a next time.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they brought that up and it was a little bit of a joke, it was like it's gonna happen again.
Especially due to set pictures from next week. Or, like, screenshot pictures of not Wells, but Harry in the Reverse Flash costume, and it seems like they're going to try and do the same exact thing to Grodd like they did for Zoom with Linda.
Oh.
Try and trick him. That it's just like, he's like,
he can read
it's
minds.
Next time. Yeah, so I wonder if that plan's... now that you bring that up, that plan's really not going to work out, even more so than it did terrible this time.
I just thought about it. He's like, he can read minds. Like, he'll be like, nah, you look like Wells, and you smell like Wells, but you ain't Wells. He's dead.
Did we ever discuss that? Did they show in the show that where Linda is at the very end? Like, Zoom took her.
Yeah,
she's gone.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they never talk about that. Well, I mean, they show it for a second.
I think they said that she went to her visit family in Coast City. Well, I think they said that at the very end.
Well, yeah, but that was the excuse. No one knows where she is. Zoom took her.
No, that's where she probably was say like Zoom didn't kill her. He had no reason to kill her.
Why would he take her then?
I don't know. She's still alive
somewhere. I mean, I think that was the excuse they're using so they don't say Zoom took her.
Well, I think it was more so that he was looking for his Linda, not that Earth's Linda, and he's like, no, you're not her, grabs her and like throws her somewhere else just to...
Something tells me that Zoom kidnapped her, like, took her, and still has her.
Maybe.
Because I'm thinking they were just saying that as like, oh, you know, for everyone who's not aware of the Zoom, you know, outbreak here, yeah, she's Linda's somewhere else. Zoom didn't take her, you know?
Maybe.
But yeah, back to this email.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this one, then you'll read the next, okay? This episode was extremely slow, but towards the end, when the episode got better. It was extremely slow in the beginning, but the moment Zoom kidnapped Linda, that's when the episode got better. Zoom just humiliated Barry Allen by just destroying what he stands for. My God, Tony Todd is just perfect as the voice of Zoom. Yeah. He instills
It
instills fear into anyone listening to him talk. And it was scary. He is so menacing, a force to be reckoned with, brings that scariness so well. Earth 1 and Earth 2 are kind of polar opposites of each other. The Easter egg of Robert Queen surviving the Queen's Gambit was great. The Flashpoint Paradox Syndrome with Bruce Wayne dying instead of his parents. The Flash paralyzed from the waist down is similar to Hunter Zolomon being paralyzed from the waist down due to Gorilla Grodd. Of course, the polar opposite serum. Now, it's great that you bring up the whole paralyzed from the waist down due to Grodd, because next episode we have Grodd.
And the question is, will Barry be able to do anything about it?
He's gonna run on his hands.
I mean, Harrison Wells was pretty productive in his wheelchair.
Yeah, but then again, he also had the walking room.
Yeah,
where he could walk in there.
That's
and
it.
he
just take Barry to
Barry
the walking
go to the
room.
walking room, and then hang out with Gideon. Where's Gideon? We haven't talked about this at all, but someone brought this up, and it's just like, where's Gideon?
Barry has to build her, but there's no knowing where Wells put Gideon.
Well, wouldn't Gideon still be in that room unless he disabled her?
Well, when he left the room, the walking room in season 1, he took everything. So Gideon wasn't with him. I remember we were talking about it, like, where's Gideon?
Yeah.
And then they went to the room, basically kidnapped Eddie, and then we're like, Gideon wasn't anywhere to be seen anymore. But there was that still hollow projection in the news article. And then Gideon's gone. She never is referenced or brought up again in the series.
Maybe they realized, dang, we really need Gideon, so we should build her.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's supposed to build Gideon. So
do we? I know that she said, "You built me." Now, is it hard to imagine that Cisco builds her with his tech, and then Barry just takes the credit? That could happen.
I don't think that's Barry's style, though.
No, it isn't really his style, no.
And if Cisco built Gideon, I feel like he would absolutely make Gideon know that he built her. Like, just because that's Cisco, he'd make her call master or some funny, or vibe.
Yeah. So we have another email here.
Oh, yeah, this is from Mel. So, hey, Mel. He starts with, hey, Phil and Anthony.
Wait, real quick.
You got it right.
I've noticed this for the last few weeks. You haven't said your catchphrase, man.
I haven't said it. It's like the Flash, right? It's time for something new.
Oh, okay.
See, we gotta move forward. I'm sorry, Mel. I can't say it every episode, but for this episode, what's Hen and Mel? So, this episode somehow managed to top last week. The show seems to be off and running this season. The title of this episode should be A Whole Bunch of Stuff Nobody Ever Expected.
Yeah.
This episode embodies the whole reason I try to stay away from spoilers.
And we spoil stuff on the podcast for upcoming weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We give hints, but I mean, we know as much as you could learn. So it's fair. Hey, Mel, thanks for bullet pointing it. It makes it a lot easier to read, by the way.
Did you see the Did you see the epic photo for the crossover of Arrow and Flash?
No,
though
haven't seen it.
It's a photo of Speedy, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Barry, Hawkgirl, Hawkman, and I think there's someone else, but I can't remember. But it's
the whole gang.
Yeah, everyone is there.
Dang.
And there's 2 people missing because Stephen Amell did say in an interview it was so amazing doing that scene because we had 9 people on set, on 9 superheroes in one scene.
Dang.
And right there, that's 7. So who are the other 2? I believe that the other one is going to be at least Adam. Adam should show up. And
I haven't seen the new Arrow, but the last one I saw, she was learning that she was getting messages from.
Yeah. You need to see this week's episode.
Well, my theory a while back saying that was Ray probably trying to contact her. That's looking solid. See, we get theories that are right sometimes. And sometimes we're way off with our theories completely.
Oh, I can't wait to tell my theory of who I think Zoom is.
Yeah, that's been floating around Facebook for a while. But, hey, let me read the next bullet point on Mel's. All right. I never expected Barry to reveal himself to Linda in this episode. He revealed himself to Linda, his ex-girlfriend, before revealing it to his current girlfriend, Patty.
Who would be so much more excited.
And let me point out the reason that he broke up with Linda. The big reason is because he had to deal with being the Flash.
No.
It was a big reason. When he kept vibrating every time.
No, that's not the reason he broke up with her. He broke up with her because he thought he had a chance with Iris.
Yeah, he did. I forgot, man. He's got to stop doing that.
He needs to stop rushing into things.
But
thinking about it.
Do you think this could be complicated between Barry now and Patty?
No.
Well, because now Linda knows more about Barry than Patty.
Well, Linda's gone now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she did get kidnapped.
She could be dead.
She could come back. She could be dead. Me and Phil have questions. We're still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, it was interesting that he revealed himself to Linda just because he's like, you got to trust me, so I got to trust you.
Yeah.
That's the best way to show it. You know my secret identity.
Honesty. Yeah.
All right, bullet point 2. I never expected the writers to make Jessie Quick Wells' daughter.
Nope,
didn't see that one coming either. They kind of didn't want anyone to speculate anymore, so they're just like, we're gonna call her straight Jessie Quick in this episode a few times.
Yeah.
So,
but it seems like it's going her going by Jessie Quick is going to be a pet name, sort of like how Thea goes by Speedy. And if you don't understand what I mean by Thea, you guys should seriously watch Arrow. It's also a good show.
So for those of you who don't watch Arrow, the character Speedy Red Arrow, what's his name? Artillery. What's the third name?
Arsenal is Roy.
Oh, but basically the red hooded partner of Oliver. They named her Speedy because that was Thea's nickname. So they're kind of going about this, how Jessie Quick is Wells' daughter's nickname. That'll also be her hero name when she becomes a speedster.
Yeah.
All right, bullet point 3. I never expected a battle that epic between Flash and Zoom.
Especially for an episode that wasn't a mid-season finale, or B, a season finale.
They did something similar when Barry had to fight Reverse Flash at the stadium.
That was the mid-season finale.
Mid-season?
That was mid-season, and this was not...
I mean, we could all see the point where Zoom, clearly wins that fight.
Oh, yeah. When they hit terminal velocity, that was when Zoom was like, "Oh, awesome! You just let me win."
He's a better fighter than Barry.
Yeah,
he's just better at fighting.
Real quick, I need to stop this just for a second so we could bring this up. The catching of the lightning bolt.
Yeah,
that was insane. The special effects department needs to win every award there is for special effects for that scene.
It's like straight up he catches lightning in the air and throws it back.
I think that was the best way that they could prove that he's faster. They could have each other running constantly back and forth, but you can never prove who's truly faster than the other, except that when one has to be fast enough to throw lightning, and one is fast enough to catch that lightning, grab it, and throw it back.
Yeah, it showed more skill for sure. I'm not sure about speed-wise. Speed-wise, they could be the same, but skill-wise, clearly Zoom is the...
Oh, yeah.
Outmatches Barry.
Zoom is the superior here.
He clearly, from that fight, you could tell he could fight better. He has a better grip on his powers than Barry. And he looks like he's done it longer.
Well,
and plus, he doesn't care.
He's been doing it for 2 years. Remember, Jay said that they both were hit at the same exact time.
So he has as much experience as Jay, except he retains his powers and has no morality.
Yes.
So, what's the... this isn't a bullet point. This is the introduction to Mel's final 4 bullet points in his email. Much like Barry, by the end of the episode, I couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah.
It was that good. Other comments about the episode?
The
first bullet point, and this one Phil likes a lot. He said,
it's so true.
I just love Patty. I hope they don't kill her off. She's too cute.
Okay. Anyone who follows at Speedforce Pod, #MTSBWY, knows that Patty is the greatest person in this show, and she's the best.
She's Phil's crush of the season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just how Caitlyn was the crush last season. There'll probably be a new girl the season following.
Well, here's what I'm thinking is with how it's going with Barry and Patty, same like how it was for Oliver and Felicity, how they just had them be together because all the fans were fighting for it. What if the fans fight so much for Barry and Patty that the news article from the future changes to Iris Ramon, and then that throws everyone for a loop? Everyone's like, wait, what? Throws everyone for a loop.
She could do worse.
Hey, are you saying Cisco's bad?
Marry a super genius
awesome.
Superhero? I mean, a super genius hero, basically. That's what Cisco would be.
Yeah, he's a superhero.
Yeah,
he has powers.
He's tight.
He can vibe.
Bullet point 2. Team Flash is going to need a lot of ointment. What does it say?
Ointment, yeah.
Yeah, ointment the way Harry keeps rubbing everyone the wrong way.
Oh, burn!
Is that a little dirty?
No, it was a burn.
Is a burn?
It was like
a burn. I get it. I turned it dirty.
Yeah, you did. It's okay.
All right, that's a good one, Mel. You busting the jokes out. All right, bullet point 3. Caitlin was pretty cranky. Yeah, she was pretty cranky. For a lack of a podcast appropriate word.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what word you're going for. With everyone this week, I love the Sergeant
Slow.
Yeah, Sergeant Slow Crack. It was priceless. Yeah, she's like Sergeant Slow, and he's like, that's not a real name.
I even tweeted it. Coming soon, DC Comics presents Sergeant Slow. But yeah, she was pretty cranky. It was probably because Jay wasn't around. Like, that's what I was going with. Is that she was sad that Jay wasn't there anymore, and no one knows where he is.
Yeah, Jay was gone the whole episode. Again,
yeah, well, like, they don't know where he is.
He just left.
He left last episode when they said, we're going to take on Zoom. And he's like, I don't want to be a part of this, and, like, stomped away.
I hope that Barry lost his ability to get the Speed Force. I want him to lose that ability. Because it would force them to have to rediscover how to get it back, which in turn would probably give Jay his powers back.
Exactly, yeah. That'll probably
there's
work.
no way they would just be like, hey, Jay, I know we figured out for Barry, but it's like a trade secret. Like, like, they're going to give him
You kind of bailed on us when we needed you, so we're going to make you live without your speed for a while.
That wouldn't be cool if they gave Harrison Wells his speed. Like, his parallel Earth counterpart speed, essentially. Like, that'd be funny. But, all right, the next one is, let's see, bullet point 7, or bullet point 8.
7.
Love
7. The way.
Yeah. Love the whole Linda dressing up as Dr. Light. I love Lassie's or Cisco's remark about writing better dialogue, as the show's dialogue can get comic booky sometimes. I think the show makes it work. It fits the motif of the show. And yes, it does.
Yeah, I like that. It was good.
They both acknowledge how bad the lines were. That's what was funny. It was like they were like, oh gosh, this is really bad. So it's like, I liked it. It was funny. I thought it was cute. But at the same time, it's like...
And anyone, at the very beginning, how they throw you for a loop that it's like, oh my gosh, why is he fighting Dr. Light? What's happening here? The thing is, if anyone who saw at least one promo for the episode knew that she was going to be dressing up as Dr. Light to trick.
You know what caught me by surprise this episode?
Is how Dr. Light went naked and went invisible?
Not entirely, because Patty said it before it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But she also mentioned other powers that Dr. Light could potentially possess.
No, she said that she could create hard light and she could go
invisible.
light
and you become invisible.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool how Patty could figure out what possible abilities this person can have, and how could she help the Flash with that kind of insight, Yeah,
that would very help, but no one listened to Patty.
Yeah, no one listens to Patty. But it's like, it's interesting. You never see a character say, hey, this could be a list of abilities this person could have.
We should really pay attention to this.
Yeah. It'd be cool if she does it again, like, hey, Flash, can't you, like, phase through walls? Like she's just, she's just saying things that Barry's already done or something, but she's figuring it out and may give him new ideas. I think that would be cool. But, that's another thing.
Oh my gosh, I just read his last bullet.
The last one. Zoom, who was really scary this week, kind of sounds like Grodd. I wonder if there is a connection there.
Earth 2 Grodd is Zoom.
That would make sense in some ways. Here's the last part. It's just the end of his email. I have a lot more to say about this episode. It was just that cool. Have a good show, guys. Mel. Hey, Mel. Thanks.
Hey, Mel. Thanks.
So, yeah, Mel, lots of good points. I like how you organized your email. It made it real easier to read this week, so thank you in advance and now.
So,
forever.
Yeah, I love it when people keep saying all these crazy conspiracies over some characters. The one that drives me crazy is how people think the Joker in the new Batman movies is going to be Jason Todd.
That's weird. I don't know how it's going to work.
It's not. It's not going to be him, and I don't like that rumor because it's not true.
That was the first time I heard about cranky Caitlin. Like, I noticed, now that she mentioned it, she was cranky the whole because Jay's gone.
She was also in the Firestorm one. Do you remember?
The Firestorm. She was the one where they're fighting a new half of Firestorm?
Yeah, she was really, irritated the whole episode.
That was because she was replacing Ronnie.
Yeah, no one can replace Ronnie.
Maybe this one Caitlin just gets the blues whenever a man's involved. Like, Jay leaves, and I think that's why she was cranky for this episode. Because Jay marched out angry, and she didn't go with him.
Yeah, she should have.
Yeah, I mean, it's messed up, but do they really need Caitlin all the time?
No, she's a doctor. They kind of do.
Like
at the very end of the episode, they needed her.
But like all the time, it seems like Cisco's more needed than Caitlyn for a majority of the stuff.
Real quick, I'm gonna ask everybody, raise your hands out there, and
We'll pretend we see.
And I'm gonna count them all right now. Who thought that when he woke up at the very end of the episode that he was gonna say, "What happened? Last I knew, I was struck by lightning," and like,
He
as
lost
if
all
like
memories.
lost all memories since he became the Flash. Who out there thought that was where it was leading? Because that's where I thought it was leading.
I didn't.
Okay.
I gotta say, I saw him in the bed. I expected him to wake up and him to say, "Guys, my speed's gone." Like
how would he have known though?
Shake his hand or something. You know what I mean? Like he. But I didn't think he would say he was paralyzed. That I did not expect. I expected him to get up or try to move and be like, "Dude, like, I can't like."
Yeah, he got more messed up than Jay was. In all honesty, he lost his speed and his back.
I don't know, dude. Jay fell through a hole in the sky. I'm imagining he was in the hospital for a period of time.
We didn't even know where he landed because
Yeah.
he could have went through one of those vortexes
On
that
the
happened.
ground?
Yeah, he could have been just like pooped right out. Oh,
I mean, what if he fell like 30 stories and just like smacked the ground? He was just like, but because he still retained some speed force, you know, like to heal, he didn't
was just
die.
like, that hurt.
And he's just like, every bone's broken. Like,
Okay,
6
so
months to recover.
we have a email here from Jason who.
This is the last email, right?
Well, we also have to read that thing on the Facebook page.
Oh, all right.
That great, awesome theory that I'm gonna read.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Which I want to say this real quick. Jason, you sent this like 1 minute before we started the podcast, just so you know when we record. Hi, Phil and Anthony. Holy backbreak. That episode was good. Oh wait, I read that so backwards.
Holy backbreak! That episode was a good episode.
That was a good
episode. I read it wrong too.
We can't even read this, but it's so great because it's all in capitals.
Holy backbreak! That was a good episode.
Yeah.
That's how it's said. See, I tried to say it like Robin. I messed it up.
Holy bat symbols! I really like the cheesy back and forth Barry and Linda was using trying to capture Zoom. I was happy to see Jesse Chambers Wells in this episode. So her last name is actually Chambers?
And it's Wells. Chambers is her middle name.
Oh, okay. What?
Jesse Wells.
Oh, Jesse Chambers from the comics. She's Jesse Chambers in the comics. So
they made it her middle name.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Interesting.
That's a way to get around the whole Wells shouldn't exist
Just
in
like
this universe.
Just like John Stewart Diggle. How everyone thinks he's going to turn out to be Green Lantern one day.
John Stewart. They probably did that on purpose so that if people loved him, they could go that route if they wanted.
They had the opportunity to do it like 2 seasons ago, and they never did it. So
probably
because
the fan base wasn't demanding. You know enough.
Everybody was.
It's like they probably need a certain like amount of people, like a guarantee like this isn't going to bomb. You know.
Yeah.
And they probably just didn't get that full guarantee, so they were like, "No, we're just going to keep him like Diggles."
I think the one show that on the CW that has the highest ratings of shows out of everything on the CW. I looked up the ratings like the other day, and
The Flash.
It's The Flash. That has no chance of being canceled anytime soon. It is actually making the most ratings for any CW show, getting people to actually tune into CW.
That's good.
So that's good. But the best
our podcast gets so many like listens.
Yeah, we're good.
80,000.
80,000. Everyone, you need to listen to our episode so that we can get a 20,000, and then we're at 100,000 total. By the way, also go to iTunes and write reviews for us. But the best part was when Barry and Zoom fought, and Zoom totally Bane Barry, and I like that. I like that term.
He baned Barry.
Yeah, like he went all Bane and broke the bat. I mean, broke the Barry, and
broke his spine.
Yeah, and Spirit. That was the 2 things that Bane did in the. I read Nightfall, and
he broke Batman's spirit and back.
Yeah, at the same time.
Did he break Barry's spirit?
Because he did the same. He did. Yeah, I'm bringing that up real quick. In Nightfall, he did the same exact thing. He broke Batman's back, took him to the center of Gotham City, and showed him off as a trophy to everyone. I broke him. What are you gonna do about it? No one can defeat me. And just throws Batman to the mob. And that's what happened. It was insane.
Jeez.
And then he shows him off that he beat the Flash from next week's look. Like Barry is now Oracle for a while. That's so bad.
When I saw this, I texted Phil, well, good thing they have that wheelchair. Harry left them.
No, Harrison.
Harrison.
There's 2 different people.
Harrison. I said I was like, Harrison.
I still think Zoom is Henry Allen. Anyways, have a great show, guys. From Jason Jimbo Ritter. So, on that whole theory of Henry Allen being Zoom, guys.
Oh boy, guys, you're in store for a big one this time.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to read this full, word for word, but this theory was given to me by Kevin Michael Sanchez, fellow admin over at the DC Multiverse page. I need to let everyone know that we changed the name of the group from the DC Universe page to the DC Multiverse because we talk about the TV shows and the movies and the Vertigo comics and anything that is under the DC name. We converse on that page. So if you're a fan of any of that, come on over, join it, and we can talk more about it. Oh, I don't have this at the beginning. So the theory is the theory is of who Zoom is. And I'm going to try and cliff note this because Anthony's tired of hearing me
We were
say
talking
it all the
about
time.
this for like an hour, and I told him that it could be probable.
Yeah, I can go into a very long thing. If you want to hear my full thoughts, I could do a special, or I could do a thing at the end of this episode, and I'll talk about it completely. But essentially, Henry Allen from Earth 2 is Zoom. Back when Barry's mom died in that timeline, Barry's mom dies, and Barry and his dad were not convicted. So it goes on, and Henry Allen hates speedsters now. They killed his wife, and yada, 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 yada. Particle accelerator goes off. He is now a speedster. Barry dies from the particle accelerator. Zoom now is wanting to kill every speedster with his speedster abilities. So he thinks that Flash of his Earth is that. So he time travels, goes back in time, and tries to stop his wife from being killed, evidently being the one who actually kills her. So now he's just trying to kill every speedster in the universe so that none of them can kill his wife in the past. So it's a long theory, and that's how he knows that Barry's acquaintances was Linda, because his Barry was acquaintances with Linda before the particle accelerator went off. And that's my theory, is Zoom could be Henry Allen. Oh, and a very good, strong point behind this is John Wesley Shipp, the actor who plays Henry Allen, has been very quiet on Twitter about Flash for a while. And I tweeted out saying, OMG, Henry Allen has to be Zoom. And I tagged him in it. Next thing I get is a winky face and a like from John Wesley Shipp. So he's either toying with us or it's true, and he knows that we caught on because we're Speedforce podcast, and we're awesome. So, yeah.
So that's the Cliff Note version of it. There's little details in there. It's like the only reason I say it's probable, and it's just I'm going to Cliff Note the probable, is because, first of all, they would be reusing the same plot of Season 1, again, for another character, which probably won't go that great, because with the fans figuring there's a second speedster now, to reuse the same plot would be bad. But also, the fact that how would his Barry know Linda if the events never turned him into the Flash?
Because we don't know what happened.
But we don't know. We can't know. We can't know what happened on Earth 2.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. He met Linda through being the Flash. It was a key event to helping meet her. But he could have met her another way. It's like it makes a lot of sense and it could fit into the show if the writers do it correctly. That's why I say probable. It could totally be true, but they could totally take this another route.
Yeah.
Zoom could just not be even remotely related to Henry Allen, so it's like
the only other option it could be is that he's just the rival.
That is the best, but that is the best theory that I have heard to date. Yeah. Hands down, that is the best theory I've heard.
Black suit, blue lightning.
Plus,
really could be the rival.
Did Mel do that thing? Did Mel make that image that transparented that?
No, it wasn't Mel that did it. Someone did it, and it makes sense. It really does look like him, and
and then also there'd be the whole. Like, if he traveled back in time and inadvertently killed his wife, I don't know how the writers could do that while making it make complete sense.
Yeah.
Because they would have to do it kind of quickly because they couldn't use a whole season to explain his backstory. So, I don't know, but it sounds really It sounds
that one's searching for something. So, it might not be that. It could just be that he's on a rampage to make sure no speedsters can kill his wife.
Yeah. No, but theory-wise, best theory I've heard.
Is that it's the rival?
No, the Henry Allen. Best theory I've heard.
John Wesley Shipp's too good of an actor to just throw him aside after a season. He's so good, and I want more.
Although I wish he would have been Jay Garrick.
That would have been awesome, but like, this is still good.
They just want a young Jay Garrick.
Yeah.
And there'd be a whole like, oh, he's my dad. No, he's not. You know, Barry, don't listen to him like he's your dad. You know what I mean? Yeah, but, all right, we'll get started with the episode, guys.
In 3, 2, 1. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. Which Zoom actually corrects them near the end of the episode.
He makes him. They make him say,
Make no mistake, I am the fastest man alive.
They did confirm that Zoom at one time was human.
Yeah, if he isn't still.
Yeah, he's humanoid, so I'd say he's still human.
Yeah.
Like, once he starts growing extra limbs or unreally in size, like...
Well, the thing that they're hinting at is he could be dead.
It's just a speed force.
Yeah, it's just a Speed Force entity to collect all the speedsters and take them back to death. Because, think about it, has he killed anyone that doesn't have speed? Super speed. Or even attacked anyone without super speed?
No, he hasn't.
No.
He's only targeted speedsters.
So he could
he's taken these people from the metas from his world, but, I mean, he essentially gave him a choice. You know, like...
Kill the Flash?
Kill the Flash, and I'll throw you back there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Best. That was one of the best things ever. Just watching your dinker head super hard. See, this threw me through a loop. Because I was like, no way, she's going to beat the Flash?
Yeah, I knew what this was because I saw the promos and just the preview for the next week where they showed that she was going to take the mantle to try and confuse Zoom. See, I knew that this was just going to have a flashback. And she's just beating him.
This was the best acting she did in the whole, like, their little
fighting.
This
Zoom
is the very end.
Always wins.
And then right here, she's like, are you okay, Barry? He's like, yeah, I gotta make it look believable. Oh, okay. 72 hours earlier.
So 3 days. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the holding cell. It's like they all kind of know. They all know she's not a bad person. It's like sensed among the whole group that, you know, she's not evil. She's just a thief.
Yeah.
There's a big difference for all of you out there.
Yeah, it's like when I play Skyrim, I'm not a bad person. I just always join the Rift and Thieves Guild.
Alright.
That's how you get stuff done in that game. I like how it's still saying guest starring Chantel Van Satin, yet she's in every episode because she's awesome.
Guest starring? Who is she?
Patty.
Patty? That's Patty? Then how is it guest starring?
I don't know. She's a main character on the show.
She's dating the main character of the show. Like,
well, Linda, she was a guest star for last season, but because she was only in for a few episodes. And now she's being brought in more. Yeah, now she's gone again.
She's kind of, well, she's still there. I mean, that's the actor. Obviously playing Earth 2 Linda. But it's up there. I'm trying to think right now. This version, wait, she escapes.
Later, yeah.
Did they ever catch her?
No.
She just let her free.
She just took off all her clothes, went invisible, and somehow she's in Central City somewhere.
She's running around butt naked, just trying to figure out what to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see, I was surprised Cisco didn't catch that when he saw just her clothes in a pile. And didn't, like, think, well, obviously she would leave with those. Like, you know, like, she's probably still in there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, I like how they're talking right here. It's like, oh, this could be this year's cold gun. Like, they're like, every year we gotta make, like, a crazy gun that a
Sergeant Slow is a terrible name. I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, she was pretty cranky this episode.
If Barry can catch bullets, what's to say Zoom can't catch whatever you shoot at him?
Oh, lightning bolt.
Yeah, definitely. Meaning he can catch lightning. And also how all the police unloaded clips into Zoom and he caught every single bullet that they shot.
With one hand.
Yeah.
The other hand, he was holding up Barry.
And that's to show he's even faster. And he didn't need to do a spin, Barry.
It's like, I think speed-wise, I think they're matching speed, just skill. It's like, you know, you could be just as strong as somebody, but if someone's, you know, trained to do something longer, they're going to be better at it.
Yeah.
And I think that's Zoom, especially if he's, like, almost demonized like himself. Like, he dehumanized himself to be better at being a speedster. So it's like, yeah, I don't know how Barry's going to beat him. I think he needs Jay.
Yeah.
Heck, he needs Jay and Reverse Flash. crazy. That'd be so crazy if they gave Wells super speed. I would love it. I would just love it. And then they'd be like, well,
the last one that looked like you was super speed. He did well.
Let's just get Wally in this. Let's get Jesse Quick. They're all going to be
Let's
zoomed
get
together.
everybody to be speedsters.
When's Wally coming in? Is he coming in this season?
Yeah, he should be coming in like 2 episodes, I think.
But not as a speedster this season.
Yeah.
More like he's just going to be developed super well and probably
Yeah.
turned into a speedster. Probably season finale.
Season finale,
He'd
yeah.
be laying there in a bunch of like chemicals and stuff and be like, oh.
You know, got hit by lightning and fell into every chemical known to science.
Oh, so there's Jesse Quick.
Yeah, this episode isn't much into the whole Easter egg stuff that we were hoping that it would be. We don't have that much like we wish. So she graduated high school at 15, so she's kind of smart.
You're always so quick.
Jessie Quick. And she's realizing that her dad's not a good person in this scene. Because she just found out that the particle accelerator is what gave everybody superpowers.
Yeah, so this is the scene right after, like, he was confronted about it by Jay.
Yeah.
It's like, he's real sweet, though, on his daughter in comparison to everybody else.
Because his wife is dead. We're assuming. There's never been any proof whether she's alive or dead.
We thought Iris's mom was dead for a while.
Yeah, that threw us for a loop. Now she has another son. That's Joe's child.
So I'm wondering if she's going to become Jesse Quick. I wonder, it's like there's going to be a time when they basically have to say goodbye Earth 2. You know, like they're going to close the portal. Like who's going to stay on what side?
Why? They could easily turn that room that they have that giant portal in. Keep that as a consistency, but make sure that people only with registered through Star Labs can enter through Earth 1 and Earth 2. Connect the worlds.
I mean, it could work that way. Something's telling me that, you know, when this is all done, that the last thing's going to happen is no more connection to Earth 2. Like there's going to be choices that you know, those hard choices, like Jade's going to have to choose between Caitlyn and his world. Probably Jesse's probably going to have to choose between her dad and Barry's world. You know, I think
my main question would be, which Disneyland's cheaper?
Which Disneyland's cheaper?
Earth 2s or Earth 1s? And that's how I'll decide.
Well, at our Disneyland, it's rated R. We don't call it Disneyland.
It's called Deathland. What? Yeah, with all the Disney characters. What? Yeah, all these Disney princesses that kill everyone. What?
Picture a chainsaw with chainsaw hands and chainsaw children. It's like, what?
Oh, so we just skipped over this Patty scene, which is awesome. And she just called the invisibility.
Yeah, she she assesses like these metas, and she's able to profile them.
She's really good at it.
It's the first cop that's been able to profile a meta that well, actually. All the other ones, they can't. They seem to just be like, especially Joe, just, I don't get it. But she gets it. She gets the science side and the police side of it.
Because she's a nerd, and she's just loving all this. Superpowers are real. Ha ha! And just...
It's like, I'm wondering if she's going to be a speedster, too.
Hot Pursuit. There's a possibility that she could be Hot Pursuit.
Or not even, you said there's another version of her that also is just a genuine speedster.
No. The only time she ever got superpowers was in the Flashpoint comic book when she was able to get her hands on the Hot Pursuit motorcycle.
So, it would have to, her being Hot Pursuit is still a wild theory.
They have to get a motorcycle and put the Speedforce into the gas tank. That's kind of a tough thing to do.
Yeah, that is.
And how can they get through that with the show and explain it that way?
The only way I can see...
Unless we really did well at explaining it on the podcast and people understand what we're talking about right now.
I think the only way they could do that is if they find a way to give like Jay or Barry back his speed at one point, and then they learn how to extract the Speedforce, basically. Like
and just go like, here, Cisco, have
thing.
some of the Speedforce. Caitlyn, have some of the Speedforce.
Yeah, I'm wondering like how that would work though.
See, that's their
maybe
biggest...
your body would reject it or something.
Yeah.
Like, or I have no idea.
Sort of like the obelisk in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, like you have to be chosen essentially. See right here, he does make a note to see her clothes. Look, he looks like, down.
Why are her clothes just here?
Sees the pile of clothes, and then he goes, "I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna look inside." Right there, dude. On? She just ran out.
I like how the camera moves in as if it's her. Boom! Just throws into the ground.
I'm surprised she just didn't avoid him.
What hit me?
I think a naked lady hit me. God, shut the doors.
Okay. No, but why would he That's weird because they've never dealt with anyone with invisibility in the show so far.
Else who did that?
What?
Made themselves disappear in that room, and they opened it and he escaped.
Miss? No.
I know. Something's telling me in the back of my head there was one villain who did this.
No.
There's not one person who escaped the pipeline.
No. I think the only person who was technically able to escape was because Wells let out Girder.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, now they know better. Never open the cell door when you don't know where they are. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. Well,
just throw the food into the box. And if it's eaten when you come back, then you know they're still there.
See, they need to start equipping these things with like a mister or something. So, oh, look, they spray mist everywhere, and then all of a sudden, oh, look, like there she is. The water hit her. Like, I can see her now. Like, boom, you're lying to me.
Oh, so right there, Cisco calls Zoom Wells. And Wells is like, he's not Wells, I'm Wells. Stop saying that I'm Zoom. Just to shut everybody up who still thinks that he's Zoom.
Yeah, he's not Zoom.
He's not Zoom.
He's
There's
just,
so many ways to prove that he's not Zoom.
He's just Wells, who's trying to save his daughter. And the only way he could do that is by capturing her kidnapper.
Being a good person while he's at it.
No. It's like, he's like a redeemable, like, jerk. Like, he's a jerk, but he's trying to save his daughter, so you can kind of feel for him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't let everyone else know, that it's such a noble act to just try to save your daughter.
Yeah, he's trying to do good, but he's not good at being good. It's not his thing.
Well, this Wells isn't a hero, and he isn't a villain. He's just a businessman.
Yeah.
And at that, a very savvy businessman who takes advantage of bad situations. So, yeah, he's not that great of a person.
So they just say right there that Jay's gone and they don't know where he is. So they can't get his help. Aren't you the one who told me the best offense is a good defense? Or
yeah,
football tryouts. I thought you said you'd never bring that up again. I love Joe's face. He's like, what?
No, Joe, right there in his mind, was thinking, I wish you would have had that super speed during those tryouts.
He might have actually done well.
Oh, really? If Barry would have played this right, he could have been the best pro athlete in the world.
Like Victor Stone.
Just hold himself back a lot, but be faster than everybody else,
Have you seen Incredibles?
Yeah, with Dash, like, slow down. Oh, speed up. Like,
second place.
Yeah, don't get first.
Whoa, I'm trying to give you a compliment. Don't meddle into things that aren't your business. And like, Wells is going off on vibe right now.
He's like, don't vibe me, man.
What did you vibe about me? What's there to vibe? What's there to vibe, man? Is everything okay? Don't touch me.
It's like, I don't blame Wells. I feel super, like,
violated.
Yeah, he basically...
Look at the smirk. He actually makes a smirk right there, Wells. Do you see it?
Laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
He has a good time, like, cheering people out. He likes it.
I think he likes Cisco.
Oh yeah.
It's like he plays like he doesn't like Cisco at all, but
he loves to mess with him, because last episode it was like, what did my version do to you? He's like, he stuck his hand through my chest and killed me. Yeah, that would do it. Just like, dude, have some compassion.
Thinking about these last 2 episodes, like their interactions together, it's like anyone could view them as negative. But Wells chose to be in Cisco's lab.
Oh, right here. Robert Queen is the Arrow, and his son Oliver is dead. So Green Arrow is actually Oliver's father in Earth 2.
That is interesting.
Also, that's something that they could bring up in another episode, like actually see him, which would be so cool.
What if he came through and saw Oliver? Like, what if...
And he gave him a note or something like that. Well, like
how epic would it be? Green Arrow meets Green Arrow, but it's each other's... I like that. That was a cool play on...
He's like, that's not good.
We haven't ID'd her yet, but we think that she's Harrison Wells' daughter.
We don't know...
After they shoot, like, Dad calling. A clue just came in.
You've heard it... Which also they have on Earth too, so that's interesting.
But back to the interactions. Cisco and Wells chose to go to Cisco's lab. Wells chooses intentionally to pick out Cisco and mess with him, and then when he saw he had meta abilities, called him out to use them. And then on top of that, he smirks right here, messing with him. I think he loves Cisco, but he just doesn't want to admit it.
Okay, real quick before we get to this scene with Patty, I believe that Robert Queen has the goatee that everyone wants for Green Arrow.
I could see that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Now back to this.
Yeah,
If they bring him in, they should have him have the
have
they
the
should have the goatee like he does in the comics. Why not?
Yeah, I don't think about it. He doesn't.
I think
Oliver just all shaved.
so. Patty is just like trying to pander to Joe so much right now. Come on, we're buddies, right?
Give me information.
I need to know everything. Barry and I kissed.
He thinks about it and he's just like,
That's something that
she's transparent.
Yeah. What? No. No. I think it's great. We should be buddies and everything out in the open. Okay, can I bring this up? What is with Joe and his partners dating his children and then telling him all about it?
It's just Joe's curse. Poor Joe. It's you know how when you get a superpower and you have to pay for it?
Next season...
That's what he pays for his, he can't be seen power. He pays for it by dealing with the relationship status of all his, partners.
The thing is he's going to get another female partner next season, and they're going to be dating Wally. Just, everything's going to...
It's like, I was about to say, Linda's going to be his new partner.
What? No. He's going to get a female partner next season, and they're going to be dating Wally, probably. Why not? It's another job.
I'm trying to think. It'd probably be Cisco. Because, who's single? Caitlyn, maybe? She's going to be with Jay, probably.
No, that's what I'm trying to say, is it's going to be a female partner. Because everyone keeps dating his children. His partners keep dating his children every time.
Oh, jeez.
So, in the comics, Linda was also really big into cooking, but it was more so to the fact to keep Wally alive.
Really?
Yeah, because Wally's the one that it all started with, that he needed to eat constantly for the Speedforce. Now, with her cooking all this food, Wally was good. Back up a little bit. Wally and Linda in the comics are married. There you go. So that's why they had it, so that she was always cooking and he was always eating that food.
Isn't Wally supposed to be younger than Barry, though? In the show?
Yes. Not in the show. He's probably about, 10 years younger.
Than Barry?
Wait. What age?
Right now, the television show.
Okay. What age was Iris when her mom left?
I can't remember. I think she's 26 right now.
Okay, so
I guess
6 then? So he's 6 years younger than Barry.
So he's a young teen.
No.
He's 14-ish.
No, Barry's about 26. So the actor's 26, so he's just
Wally
after.
would be 20.
Yeah, around there.
He's about our age. Alright, I was just curious because I'm if he's supposed to be with Linda, we should figure this out now before it starts happening if we're going to get theories. So they are the right age to be appropriately dating.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick. Miss Park, I need your help. Whoa.
She gets the best introduction to meeting the Flash of anybody.
I want to say this. Last scene, she was hanging out with him, so I think her first response would be, wow, Flash, you look exactly like Barry. You had the same cheekbone structure and everything. What?
Barry, stop messing with me. Right away, where's the Flash?
Oh my god. Okay, so I love these cutouts, and I love how Joe loves them also. He's like, these are cool.
Doesn't this look like the room from the promo where all of them come to fight? Oliver and Barry and Speedy. Remember there was that promo where they were they showed all the characters fight.
Oh, the Underground Fight Club?
Doesn't this kind of look like the set?
No, but this is where Oliver and Barry fought that one episode.
Oh, because it looks familiar. It looks like they've totally used this scene before.
Yeah.
Or this set.
So, real quick, with the
the suit can absorb the blast. They're going to train Linda to use her costume, so...
Oh, the cutouts. That's what I was thinking. Now, I tweeted out I tweeted to Cody, do you have any access to these cutouts from CW? Specifically the Caitlyn one. It's for a friend.
Oh, wow.
So I got your back, man.
What?
You're my friend. So she hits everybody except Flash. She's supposed to hit only Flash.
She sure shoots Cisco through the chest.
And Caitlyn and...
Sets Joe on fire.
Joe's like, I don't like this. Oh, we talked over the whole... Cisco down.
So here she goes. She's trained. She is pretty good at this quick.
Yeah. I liked how Joe... We talked over this part, but Joe's saying that this is a bad idea. And Cisco's like, no, it isn't. It works. It's good. And it'll only hurt Barry a little bit. And Joe's like, Cisco, what is a bad idea to you?
Yeah, what is a bad idea?
What's a bad idea look like to you?
I like that picture of Cisco with the camera.
Smile. And Barry's laughing at that picture. Joe, Cisco. She almost shot Cisco
Cisco's
right there.
looking at her like, don't do it.
Caitlin.
Oh.
Barry!
You just killed the Flash.
Good job.
What if she turns and shoots Barry? Like, there's another one.
Well, technically that's what she does.
Yeah, she gives him a high five. This is funny. This is what anyone would probably do with that. Like, whoops, like, my
I
bad.
totally forgot.
Cisco totally dives.
He dives?
He died. He, like, dove out of his chair, like...
The vibe dived. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Cisco, what told you to move? I felt a vibe. Barry does rush her, though. A lot.
I love that. She'd be good if she didn't scream every time she shot.
That's cool, though. Cisco makes, like, the most intensively cool, like, gadgets ever.
He does.
He just created a new weapon.
He created a new superpower. Cisco would be great in real life.
I feel like the army would just take Cisco and might be like, make these for our soldiers. And I want them to fly and shoot beams out of their hands and eyes. Cisco be like, all right, give me like an afternoon and like 3 Dr. Peppers.
And 1 Mountain Dew so I can get this through the night.
Yeah. Work for 4 hours and be done with the prototype. And be like, yeah, it works.
It's a full Iron Man suit, technically. One hand shoots out the heat gun, the other shoots out the cold gun. You can blow everyone up by crossing the streams.
He's just like, man, I just made the gold gun. We're just making gold now. That's our only thing. We're gonna make a lot of money, guys.
We brought that up in the we haven't got to that yet.
All right, so right now Joe's basically giving Barry the advice that leads him to display his just show his face to Linda, saying, you know, you can't.
She needs to trust you.
Yeah, you can't ask someone to risk their life unless you're absolutely sure, you know, you guys are on the same page, that the trust is mutual. So Barry's like, all right, I'm going to go show her my face.
Real quick question. Why is she not questioning that Barry knows where she is? Or that the Flash knows where she is?
That's where they made out.
Yeah, right there.
So this is Linda's house.
No, this is Barry's house.
Why is she at Barry? Oh.
Because she's hiding from Zoom.
I was about to say, like...
Or she's hiding from her
There's no
clone.
way this could be, like... Well, it's not really Barry's house. It's
Joe's
house that everyone uses.
Wait, is Iris living there now again?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all living there. It's like...
That house is cramped.
And we got Linda there, too. Oh.
She has the most realistic response to this. Like, to this being shown. She has the most realistic...
Holy crap.
No. The following part.
I made out with the Flash. She's had an interesting, 3 days. Truly. She went from...
Her evil clone was trying to kill her. She is now working with the Flash. And now
got
her ex-boyfriend... Yeah, she has super abilities. And her ex-boyfriend is the Flash. So, this is a pretty big week for her.
Man, next week can't top it, for her.
She's dead.
She's I had a bagel. And that was about it. I like how Cisco's so trying to, get a vibe off him. He's aware that he could just, hold something of his and do the same thing, right? But he's trying so hard to actually physically, touch Wells. Oh.
No.
Oh, I was like, why are you tapping me, Phil?
I'm trying to vibe.
Oh, see? Now you've got the vibe.
Now, okay, did you see that
the
giant...
eye?
Yeah, no, it was a clock. It's a clock right behind him.
Oh, I thought it looked like a lizard's eye.
No, it's the clock that's at the right outside the police station in Lodi. It's like that kind of clock. So I'm wondering where they are. Are they in some type of train station?
Well, there's cells. There's barred cages.
Well, it could be made. It could be makeshift. Zoom has time.
And it rises up like it was built. It was built to hold somebody, not just...
Yeah, so I wonder where they are.
They're probably in an old prison or something. I'm trying to think.
And Cisco walks out. He's like, I'm sorry.
He doesn't even want to talk to him about that. He was like, dude, I saw your daughter. She
No, he doesn't know it's his daughter.
But she's in a bad situation. He just saw a girl in a terrible situation. He was just like, man.
I'm out.
You got a bad vibe. You left the room.
I'm getting a bad vibe from this. She's trying to figure out everything that she can about Dr. Light and Joe can't tell her.
I'm surprised Joe hasn't talked to Barry about Patty, being on him about trying to
Oh,
figure
I love
this
this.
out.
I love this. That she actually asks him, "Are you a dirty cop?"
He's like, I'm not dirty.
No, I'm not. What?
I use
No.
soap.
No, jeez, that's not what he
Yeah.
means. She's asking, "Are you from Gotham?"
Yeah.
Are you a crooked cop?
Are you from Gotham? Yeah, are you from Gotham?
Which we need to talk about Gotham.
You caught up?
Yeah.
All caught up?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, cool.
Best line of that episode was, "This secluded forest somehow has a lot of foot traffic." Well, we'll talk after the episode, okay?
Yeah. That was a good episode.
Really good.
So, Barry basically is telling her, I can't tonight. I gotta go try to, capture Zoom and get paralyzed.
I gotta go do science stuff, and I gotta stuff out of that science.
It's like, hey, can we hang out tonight, Barry? Haha, science! Haha, speed.
Can we do dinner tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, that sounds good. Tomorrow. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna show up in a wheelchair now.
It's like, Barry?
Oh no! Because when he woke up from it, he was out for a few days, they said.
Yeah, Patty doesn't know where he's been. He's been...
Oh, man.
He's gotta tell her.
Is that the rift right there?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was wondering...
I thought it was gas or heat.
I thought it was Linda. Linda Invisible.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. But yeah, no, that's just the rift. Yeah, I didn't think about that, though, when I was seeing it.
That was my first thought, was... Because whenever you see, people invisible in shows, they always do, waves to show you that someone's actually there. So here we go. The great, great script writing from comic books.
Good job, sis.
But we're just gonna kill that and go straight to the part where I kill the Flash.
What are you doing? We're skipping that? Yes.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. I'm loyal to Zoom.
You don't think that,
So get
Zoom...
ready to fry.
I imagine Zoom is watching this, to a point where he can hear them speak. And just going, they're so trying to trick me.
This is stupid.
I am absolutely not going to fall for that. And then he just does it.
I'm smart.
What'd they ask him? How did you not fall for that? He'll be like, dude, I heard you. She kept talking to you like you were friends.
She at one point asked, "Are you okay?"
You were supposed to be dead, man, and you're moving around because you're uncomfortable.
I'm itching.
Imagine being in a suit. It's like if you're not moving around, it's gotta not be comfortable.
Yeah. And he's moving really fast a lot of the time.
Told ya.
Zoom always wins.
It's like...
grabs it and throws it into... You okay?
Yeah, see, right here, it's like, if
Yeah.
Zoom was paying attention, he'd be like, she's not Dr. Light. She's someone
Here
else.
it is, Zoom. I did what you wanted. Now take me back.
Boom, throws it through there. It's like, there's some lightning. And in the portal, you can kind of see, it could just be it going through the rift.
Yeah, that's just what the rift looks like. My question is to save time, why don't they just go through there to go find him?
They can't.
Why?
I was just thinking about it, and it might also explain why Zoom didn't show up. They had to stabilize their portal to make it work that way. Remember, in Star Labs, they had to set up a whole machine and everything to make it so they can cross from one end to the other. But this one isn't set up like that. So
this one you can go...
It was like the one Barry ran into full speed and got thrown back.
Yeah, it's like one of those doors that that's locked. Like a locked door that you can only get through from one side.
That's a hole in the plot then right now.
What?
Alright, so in the one in Star Labs, when Barry rushed it, or if they did anything to it, it repelled things back because it was always shifting hallway. But this one, she was able to throw the badge through it, no problem.
Well, it was...
implying that the hallway isn't shifting. Which means they don't need that device at all that Jay...
Maybe they fixed them all?
Maybe
that device fixed all of them?
I don't know if it has that kind of power.
I don't know.
But no, I just noticed that, they have contradictory theories on how these work.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out.
Linda, she did good. Maybe. And then Barry just reveals himself right there.
Maybe it's stable because Zoom has used it to travel through already,
I love this. Wells just starts kicking everything over.
He's like walking around with his gun like, dang it, I'm so mad. What if people out there were looking through the windows? Oh my gosh, the Flash took off his hoodie.
He took off his mask. I have no idea who that is.
Some weird looking dude.
He's very tall. Was he on Glee?
Really? I think that's Grant Gustin. He's like, Grant who?
Oh, I don't know who you're not.
Oh, that's great. It's like, but they were out there for like an hour or so, so it seems like someone could have caught a glimpse of the Flash laying down, you know, like with fully dressed like villains and heroes there.
Everyone just walks by, like some fisherman's walking by trying to get from one job to the other. What's going on
I
here?
didn't ask when I saw the queens. I'm not going to ask now.
What?
No, just some dude on the boat. Just the only person I could think of was like Oliver on his boat. Like, I didn't ask when I saw the queens doing some weird stuff, and I ain't gonna ask when I see these guys doing weird stuff.
We're talking over the scene, and it's like not even that big of a scene, FYI, guys. But that would just be great. Because what would they do? What would they do is just someone walked up. They were there for a few hours, they said. What do they do? He's like, someone just killed the Flash. I'm calling the cops. Her response would be, no, don't do that. And then she'd shoot the light out of her hand because she's trying to stop him. And then that guy's dead.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. It's like
now she has first degree murder on her hands.
I was thinking once they broke up their little thing and started talking and stuff, like Zoom would just up here, like take advantage of their dropping guard.
Element of surprise. I like how she's watching like Facebook videos on her phone. Like people always get these. She's like, oh, you got to see this. It's great.
Thinking about her being like not knowing where Barry is for days, because she knew where Barry was and that he was injured, she'd be right there, you know. So,
yeah.
I'm assuming that they didn't tell her. I'm guessing next episode he's going to either have to tell her he's the Flash or they're just going to break up.
They're not breaking up.
You don't disappear for 3 days, though, you know.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe Joe could say, oh, he was in an accident. Where
she's there, you know.
Well, maybe
there is no
she
situation.
Could wake up at she could go to Star Labs to see him.
How would she know to even go there?
Iris went there when he was in the coma back when he was hit by the lightning.
But she was aware he was hurt.
Yes.
I'm saying
so
that
they might
Patty's
tell
not
her,
aware he's hurt.
So they could tell her that he got hit by a car.
It's like...
And he may never walk again.
It's like, essentially, if he's hurt, she's going to visit him. So either they don't tell her he's hurt and keep his location a secret, or they tell her he's hurt and she goes to Star Labs to visit him.
They probably tell her that he's hurt.
So if she's going to Star Labs, it's like, I believe that he will tell her he's the Flash. But if they haven't told her and he's been missing for 3 days, I think their relationship's going to hit that point where they're not going to be together. Yeah, where were you? You were gone for 3 days and no one told me anything, and you can't walk now? Like, if he still can't walk by that point.
Oh, there's a scene with him in a wheelchair in the next episode.
So I'm saying that I think Patty, it's make or break next episode. Either she learns he's the Flash, or they drift apart for a minute.
I feel like they can do this without her finding out. So Zoom
right here
finds Linda.
That's crazy. How
and he sniffs, doesn't he? Now she's
grabs
gone.
her.
So we never see from her ever again this episode.
Yeah, she's gone. Now we need to pay close attention.
Oh my gosh, we totally skipped over that. He uses her. He's on the roof with her later in a few seconds.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, in a few seconds. Fine. Yeah, she's all good. He catches her the same way. Did you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this week?
I'm a dork. Everyone out there is probably listening to us like, dude, don't you remember the end of the episode? Don't you guys both remember the end of the episode? Is this like the Flash podcast?
We kind of forget about that because dropped from the ceiling or roof is kind of like, oh, okay. Compared to Barry can't walk and he got beat bad.
I like how Wells' watch comes so much in handy right now. Like,
yeah, he's on the roof.
Boom. See, there. Hence, Barry runs towards danger.
Just like Batman.
Yeah, he looks
Put
menacing.
her down, and he's like, I could drop her right now if you want me to. No, don't do that.
He's like, you like to use, he's basically doing the same thing. He's like, you try to use her to lure me out, I'm going to use her to lure you out. See how you like it.
Did you see this week's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay, because it was on right after Flash, and when I watched it, I was like, wait, Daisy's using the same exact thing that Flash just used to catch her? She used to catch the other girl.
Well, it's because she can move atoms. She can shake them.
Yeah.
So she was moving the atoms in the air. Flash was using the air current.
Wind.
Yeah. Same.
He's an airbender, everyone.
Does the same thing, but they actually did two very different things.
Yeah.
I bet you Barry could vibrate the air.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. It'd probably be harder.
He's an airbender.
It's probably harder than spinning your hands in a circle, though.
He's an airbender and a lightning bender.
Truly, yeah. He's like a firebender mixed with an airbender.
But he doesn't have the access to the fire, just the lightning.
See, I like how, do you know what I was hoping he was... I thought he was going to do the supersonic punch. Like,
Supersonic Death Punch?
yeah, I thought he was going to, and fly in slow motion at him, like...
And Zoom would have just grabbed his hand and just pulled him aside.
See, Zoom's watching him and probably seeing him run at a speed that he can keep up with, like...
He's just barely seeing him
waiting.
run.
He's just like, what's he going to do?
He's just watching. He's like, look how slow motion this is that he's going.
Picks up the lightning and...
Boom! What?
Barry had no idea how to react to that.
It happened so fast, Barry didn't even see it coming. He thought it actually hit Zoom.
Well, then again, if you remember when Jay talked to him, he says, this is the one moment in which you have to slow down. So, the moment he throws a lightning bolt is actually the moment he's most vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's like Zoom just took advantage of that.
So, Flash has pockets on the
On his
boots.
Yeah,
so,
that's
now
cool.
we know that.
That's a cool pocket, though. Like, that's perfect for, like, a guy in a combat situation. Like, you know? Like, you fall to the ground, you can pull that out.
Yeah. I know that Jason Todd has a knife by each ankle and also on his belt. That way he's always ready.
Oh, by the way, the only person to deal any sort of blow to Zoom in this whole episode was Cisco.
Cisco, yeah.
Only person.
Okay, real quick. How's Barry going to do that? He's going to match him. They're going to go at terminal velocity.
So, for all of you who don't know what terminal velocity is, it's a speed in which you fall. Everyone falls at the same speed because of gravity.
Yeah.
Whether you're an elephant or a little golf ball.
Yeah. But with terminal velocity was actually a comic book name for the Flash for a short time. Like, it was a run. Like, at that point when Barry's back was heading to the ground, that's at the point that Barry realized, I messed up.
Yeah, it's like...
I lost this right here.
What had to happen was Barry...
right in the spine.
That's where he lost his legs.
Oh, God.
Look, and he collapses, too. He lost feeling in his legs right there.
Yeah. Catches it.
I like how dark they kept everything on him, so you really couldn't make out his face entirely. They blacked out his eyes, too, to make him seem menacingly, like, evil or possessed.
Just stabs both of them.
Speed dampener.
Because one of those is the one that Harry shot at him, and the other one was the one that was stuck in Barry's boot.
So now, Barry's useless now.
Yeah, Barry is out. His speed was just taken from him, and he has no feeling in his legs.
And clearly, he's moving a lot faster than the Flash.
Yeah. Like, most of the time, some papers would fly. All the papers are flying when he walks. I love this. He just runs into the central... And one guy grabs a camera, because he's ready. She says
Iris
Barry.
might have messed up.
But no, I don't think anyone was paying attention to her. Zoom just ran in with the Flash.
They don't have to pay attention to her. The camera was rolling when she said that. That guy was holding a camera recording, and she said Barry.
No, she said it before he turned it on.
It's like, I wonder.
No,
I wonder if, like...
when I paid attention, though. Like, so he showed off his trophy to the news, and now he's going to the police. Like, now your backup's dead. And Joe's the only one here who's like, Barry, don't shoot.
At least
Everyone,
he's not
don't
saying
shoot.
Barry.
Yeah.
He's
And then I like how Sing's the one who takes action.
Look, he does it all with his left hand.
So he's ambidextrous. So that's good. And catches all the bullets and just drops it. Oh no. All the police don't know what to react.
Nice try. Straight tells him, hey,
Nice
good
try.
attempt. Dang, only if Eddie was here, he could have stopped him by killing himself.
That's so bad. I love it.
Really? It's terrible.
Eddie would just... Oh, jeez. That's such a great shot right there.
Barry's just unconscious.
Someone captioned it, I can't feel my legs when I'm with Zoom. As in from the lyric of the song, I can't feel my legs when I'm with you.
Jeez. Barry's not... This is my second time like watching it and really looking at Barry's legs this whole scene.
And they're so backwards.
They're not moving.
Ooh.
Right here. Did he take Barry's speed?
No.
What was the point of that stab, though? It was with his finger, just like he did to Jay on the roof.
I don't know.
And the way Barry's face looked, it looked like that was a significant, like, blow.
Yeah, I'm not sure. In all honesty, I think Cisco stopped. You see all the papers that fly? Like,
it only took a second with what was it, Jay? He got him, and then Jay went up real quick, and Zoom left. He did it to Barry, but except Zoom got hit with a speed dampener and ran out of the room really fast. I'm wondering if Speed's gone.
It might be.
That'd be cool because then they would have to figure out a way to give him back, and that means Jay would get his speed back, and that would be tight. 2 speedsters? Ooh, I'm ready for that.
Who's Jessie? Jessie's my daughter. I like how Joe says to Harry, if Barry dies, you die.
Tell me, Cisco, do you know who's got Jesse's girl?
I saw your daughter. Jeez. How we said I had Jesse's girl. Don't see this.
Hecka serious, he's like, bud up, but Jesse's girl. Just trying to sing it to Cisco.
In that song, Jesse's a dude. You know that, right?
Jesse. Oh, yeah. Jesse's a dude now. I always forget. Because Jesse's a guy and girl name. It's like, but yeah, Jesse's.
Yeah, we know way more Jessies that are female.
Yeah, really. Truly, I do. So, right here, they're blaming Wells. And he's like, nah, you can't blame me for this. I came here to stop Zoom because he took my daughter. And I needed Barry's help because Jay Garrick was gone and dead.
Jay's a coward, and
well, to him, Jay was dead when he took the venture over to Earth 2 or Earth 1. I want to call us Earth 2 for some reason.
Technically,
yeah. I think he's waking up. Oh nope, he just died.
He just passes out. They start playing Lady Gaga again. It'll wake him up again, right? Poker face, poker face.
It's like, and they said that he's been for days.
Oh, just a long time. So maybe it's just been a few hours that he was out. So maybe that.
Maybe. If he didn't heal so quick, see, that's a hint that he might still retain the Speed Force.
Yeah.
He's staying some.
Oh, so Linda is with Coast City.
Alright.
Let's worry about Zoom when you're up about it. Got it?
But we don't know what's up with
And
Patty.
then Cisco touches his leg, and Barry's response is just like, oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Guys, I can't feel my legs. They're like,
what?
I can't feel my legs. It's like, that's serious when someone wakes up from a hospital bed and that's the first words out of their mouth.
Yeah, that's never a good sign, truthfully.
Nope. So, we have another handy-capable person on the Flash.
Can we go a season without someone in a wheelchair? Because that'd be great.
I know, really. You know, the first episode where they brought Wells back, there was a scene where he was sitting down in a chair, and the angle made it look like a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, it was like one of those, like, computer chairs. But I was like, man, is he in a wheelchair? Like, for just, like, a split second. And I was like, nah, he can't be. But Barry's going to be rolling in the cool wheels now. The Harrison Wells wheels.
Hey, it'll build his speed.
No, for real. It's like, I don't know how they're going to make him not paralyzed. If he truly... That blow looked like he broke his spine. So, it's like...
Because if they can heal him from his spine being broken, Starlabs may get, like, a lot more, people that start trusting them again.
Not just curing paralysis.
Yeah.
That would be a big thing.
Yeah, people would start, like, actually liking Starlabs again instead of, like, blaming them for all the problems.
Just so you guys know, once they already said, I can't feel my legs, that was the end of the episode. We didn't say it.
Oh, but, yeah.
Yeah, the episode's over, guys. We're just sitting here.
We're talking over the credits right now.
Yeah, so I like the episode. I agree the beginning was somewhat boring.
Yeah.
But the other half was great.
Yeah, you didn't get much speed until later in the episode.
It was all because of that fight scene. They knew that fight scene was in this episode.
So they had to save their budget.
Yeah, so they were like,
Excuse me,
man,
sorry.
we could do whatever we want this episode because no matter what happens, Flash fights Zoom this episode, and it's going to look epic. And it truly did.
It was amazing.
It was short and amazing.
Like, halfway through it, I was starting to root for Zoom. Because I was like, I'm rooting for the winning team here. Because Barry ain't coming out on top on this one.
Nope. And you know what? Jay was right. He said he will kill you. Or worse, take away your speed. And
everyone was calling stuff this episode. Caitlin called that he would catch the lightning. Patty called that Dr. Light could be invisible. Everyone's catching stuff.
I'm wondering why Jay always says he's a nightmare you can't run from. Because it wasn't the first time he said that. He said that the first time he ever described Zoom, and he said it again in the episode. And some tell me he said it a third time, but I'm not sure if he said it a third time. But I'm wondering where that's coming from. If that's a comic book reference or something. Because it's weird for a character to bring up something twice in the show without it being some sort of Easter egg.
It makes sense that he's a nightmare you can't run away from.
Definitely. That dude looks scary.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Maybe you guys out there, if you've ever heard of Zoom being referred to as a nightmare in the comics,
well,
it might be a thing for it, or any sort of thing, I would love to hear a theory about that.
This character isn't from the comics, though.
Zoom. Well, he's like
this
revival.
version of him isn't from the
He's
comics.
like the rival and Zoom put together.
And the Speedforce death. There is a Black Flash that goes around killing speedsters and collecting them for the Speedforce. In all honesty, guys, that's also a third person that this could be.
It could. It makes more sense. I mean, Zoom is supposed to be Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah, or Professor Zoom.
Professor Zoom. But, Zoom is not a title reserved for this incarnation of the Flash, like this enemy of the Flash. Because he wears a black suit, he's still Speed Force. It sounds like it's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just, is he from Earth 2?
Yeah, so we don't know that.
You don't know if he's from Earth 2 or not?
Well, who, Zoom?
Oh, no, the Flash you were talking about a second ago.
Oh, the Death one?
Yeah.
He's just an entity. Sort of. I think the best way to describe him is, how Darkseid.
He's just one of him
yes.
in all of existence, and he goes around killing speedsters.
Yes.
That sounds a lot like the guy we're seeing.
Yeah, you know what it could be.
Yeah, this sounds. I'm putting like all my potatoes in that basket. Like,
okay, I'm 90% sure that I have his entire character correct. I could be wrong in some aspects, so I don't want to get everyone's hopes up. I'll do some more research before the next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. But guys, that's a thought. Think about it.
It could be.
It could be. It could debunk though. It would debunk the Harrison Wells theory. Not Harrison Wells. Henry Allen. My bad. I totally messed that one up. The Henry Allen theory where he could be Zoom.
Yeah.
Just because it would just make him a totally different character. But that would be a cool character to have.
Oh, yeah.
An entity. Like someone that's not... They're saying he was human, that they created him, but what if they didn't?
Yeah. What if he just showed up when the other speedsters started showing up?
Think about it this way.
It would make sense.
Remember how they said the particle accelerator through not dark matter, but exotic matter.
Exotic dark matter and theoretical matter.
Which they later explained was leaks through parallel worlds. So that's the reason why there's portals. Now, wouldn't it stand to reason that Zoom could only travel to Earth 2 when Jay got his powers only because that exotic matter didn't exist in their area until after the particle accelerator gave him his powers?
Ow.
Essentially, Zoom could possibly not be created by the particle accelerator, but instead, because the accelerator happened in Earth 2, it gave him the means just to travel there.
Yeah.
So it seems like he got his powers around the same time, but he could have been a speedster a lot longer.
I think the best way to describe who Zoom is he's a grim reaper of speedsters. I think that's the best way to describe it. He's here to collect their bodies. Their soul and body. I think that's the best way to describe it.
I'm still wondering if he took Barry's speed.
He did.
I mean,
Barry isn't going to run on his hands next episode, guys. And if that happens, we will do something for that episode.
Next episode, if he can move any part of his body at super speeds, it's like, then he's still got the speed force. He's paralyzed.
Well, here's the thing. Remember this. Jay lost his speed last episode. Doesn't have his speed, but he has the fast healing. They said in an episode. Yeah. So,
but they did say he had the potential for it. But I'm starting to think now that he just has the ability to heal himself really fast. I think that I just dove too much into the wording of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in this show, it's like you gotta
pay attention to the words they use because everything they say can mean something.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, he probably retains the healing ability. It seems like it, and then he gets his butt whooped on really hard, and then healed up within an episode.
Who?
Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got who was it? It was the Sand guy.
Sand Demon.
Yeah, Sand Demon just whooped him.
Yeah, and Cisco wasn't happy that he didn't get to name him.
It's a good name though.
Yeah.
Or Sandman.
No. That's stupid. No.
All right, well, there's a theory, guys, for you out there. The death speedster.
Yeah. Woo. I'll have to look more into him.
Yeah, because it's even like this guy isn't who we were making him out to be. It's like he's not Zoom. He doesn't seem like he's Zoom.
For those of you out there who have heard of the company Graphic Audio and have listened to some of their stuff and have listened to stop motion, Zoom could also be that villain too. But there's so many villains of speedsters that Barry has. Now, there's lots of complaints this season that they're just using another speed villain, which how many times in Arrow do we have someone with the same style of powers like Arrow? First season,
Sword, arrow.
first season, we have a guy with archery. Second season, we have a guy with martial arts skills as well with the sword. That's another same style. Third season, who's last season's villain?
Last season was Ra's al Ghul.
Again, someone else with martial arts styles, just like him.
And art. Actually, he was just like Arrow in every aspect.
Yeah, the only thing that's changed it up is Damien Dark, who now has mystical powers. Very different from Oliver. So
I feel Constantine's going to be more involved this season.
God, I hope.
I hope so too. I called that number.
I hope it. Yeah, I
it's
know.
Just a recording.
It's great.
It's just a
I have it saved on my phone for times when I need it. You never know.
Great.
There could be a demon somewhere, and I don't have the Winchester's numbers.
Good point. Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah.
Phil sent me a link to an article, but the article unfortunately isn't confirmed. It's speculation.
It's speculation that the game might actually be coming out next month.
Hopefully, that'd be cool. Still on the whole thing, thinking it's going to come out the 20th anniversary in February.
That's when the new game's coming out.
But demand for Pokemon Go is like skyrocketing. Like,
yeah, Niantic is probably like, let's just get this out. When was the last time you played Ingress?
A while ago. I haven't played in a good
I haven't
while.
played in a few weeks.
Well,
I actually deleted it off my phone because I haven't been like playing it.
Well, the problem with Ingress wasn't it's location based. It wasn't the way the app worked. It was simply after you've captured a zone, there was nothing else you could do with that zone after you've like equipped it. You were just waiting on it to be taken over so you can go back and re-equip it.
That's what's cool about what's coming up with Pokemon.
It's like you can go home, you can train your Pokemon, you can battle other Pokemon. There's so much more to Pokemon's game that Ingress just didn't have.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, these two together, it's like when peanut butter met jelly. Like,
whoa!
You know, and it's like, boom, they work together. These two games both have what each other doesn't. And then that's why I think it's going to work out a lot better.
Yep.
But I don't think there's anything else.
Other than Battlefront comes out next week and...
Yeah, and I've already got Fallout 4, guys. If you haven't gotten it already, my review of the game is 9 out of 10. Only reason it's 9 out of 10, loading screens take a while. Other than that, the gameplay is perfect. I love it. The glitches are even funny when they happen. Unless you get the elevator glitch.
What?
Well,
okay.
You're talking about how people in the beginning of the game, like when you're risen up to the wasteland, like it glitches out and you can't... Oh, you weren't talking about that, were you?
No, I was talking about the mod that someone used to spawn like 30 Death Claws, in the neighborhood when the game first starts.
Alright, so guys, if you do get Fallout and you happen to start the game and you're going up the elevator into the wasteland and it glitches out and you can never leave the elevator, it's happening to like 1/3 of the people buying the game. So, forewarned on that, if it happens, my suggestion, it didn't happen to me though, is to uninstall the game and reinstall it, but... That's up to you. Fallout 4, amazing game. I highly recommend it for anyone who played the previous Fallouts. They will love this game. It even has Minecraft abilities in it.
Oh,
you can build your own bases.
Oh, bases?
Yeah, you can build your own bases. They can even defy all gravity. Like, I have stairs going straight up, and then just this huge building that's just floating in the air. And
Where do you have that built?
The rocket, the starting place.
Oh, the gas station?
Yeah. You can basically walk around and scrap everything and then build your own area. And then you can go to other areas, scrap them, and then either go back to a previous area to add more or build another area. It's cool.
So they took the whole Dawn Guard of Skyrim and was just like, everyone loved building their own house. Let's make that so we can have people build their own house here.
Essentially,
so
yeah.
That's cool.
Highly recommend it. I haven't played... Battlefront Beta was awesome, so I'm just going to say... Probably that game's gonna be cool too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting that the night it comes out, or like the day before it comes out. I'll be going to GameStop and getting it and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up too because I'm the one to play it. I like the beta.
Have you pre-ordered it yet?
No.
Okay, if I can advise you to pre-order it, even if you're going to pick it up within at least a few weeks of the release, I say pre-order it as soon as you can because they're gonna release a special map to the people who've pre-ordered it so that they can play on the map before everyone else that is going to get it. The battle of... You remember the Force Awakens trailer? How that giant Star Destroyer is just stuck in the sand?
Yeah.
You play the battle that happened, or why that happened.
Dang, that's cool.
So I would advise to pre-order the game if you're planning on getting it within a few weeks after the release. Because I think they have a thing that if you pick it in within like so many days after it's been released, you still get all that stuff.
Oh.
And you get a cool poster.
I highly recommend it because the beta was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm totally going to get Star Wars Battlefront. And I already got Fallout. And I'm trying to think. The last game that came out was Call of Duty. I've heard it's like one of the best Call of Duties they've released recently. I played a little bit with my friend.
I saw a statistic of it though, where it was like people playing Battlefield people have playing Black Ops 3, like 3,000 people are playing it. People playing Fallout 4, like almost 1 million.
Yeah.
It's just like no one's playing Black Ops.
You can't compete with a game release like Fallout because it hasn't come out in years. But
Yeah.
Call of Duty comes out every year, so it's like
and then
no one's tripping if they don't get to play it.
The new Tomb Raider game that just came out, 30 people playing it. No
Oh,
one cares. Everyone's playing Fallout.
Yeah, but all right, guys, that's about it. I know that was unFlash related stuff, but it's gaming, so it hits nerd community.
So yeah, throughout most episodes, I think that's a new thing that we're going to add to at the end of episodes. We talk about games. So if you want to stick around to the end, you can listen to us talk games, and then hear our outro like this. To join the discussion with everybody, you can go to facebook.com/groups/Speedforce Podcast. You can also you can also have your thoughts, theories, and conspiracies read on the podcast by sending your emails to speedforcepodcast@gmail.com.
Also, join the West Coast airing of The Flash for a live tweet with
Phil.
Oh,
sorry, I forgot
with Phil. So Phil live tweets every single week when the show comes out. The hashtag is MTSBWY,
which stands for
May the Speed Force be with you. It was shortened to that acronym, so that way you're not using all your characters writing May the Speed Force be with you.
Yeah.
For the on the second Easter eggs and jokes. So when Phil sees it, he tweets it.
Yeah.
And then later when he sees other stuff, that's when we do it in the podcast.
Yeah. So I always make that. Those are the two things that I tweet each episode. Is I'll either tweet an Easter egg as it happens, or I'll tweet a joke. That if I can't think of anything that's related to the comics, I'll make a quick little thing.
And one more thing before this ending. If you guys, when you go on there and you tweet with Phil and you share stuff and you promote it, that allows us to actually get some notice from people like John Wesley Shipp. John Wesley Shipp.
Oh, he's liked so many of my tweets.
And the only reason he does is because we're getting a following. Like, he understands that if he likes this, that it's worth his time to like it. So thereby, if we get more of a following, maybe we'll get other people from the show or the CW world to, maybe mention a comment or just like it. Yeah. So, guys, go out there and really follow us on Twitter because that helps out a lot.
Yeah, and go tweet John Wesley Shipp to do an interview with us. We have a special episode coming up in 3 episodes for you guys.
Well, we're going to try to make it a special episode.
Yeah, we're going to make it as special as we can. It's our 52nd episode, and we want to make our 52 episode like our best one. So if you can go out there, tweet to JWS and say, hey, you should be on the Speedforce podcast for an interview. I've tweeted at him already to do it. If everyone else, just word it however you want. Just at least make it say, keep these in there, Speedforce podcast and 52nd episode.
And even if
because he knows the 52 references because he was on The Flash.
And my word's out there right now for if he wants to do the interview and he can't do a live interview, we will gladly accept a pre-recording of him just wanting to throw out some words to the Speedforce listeners.
Yeah.
So I mean that's up there too.
We can email some questions to him
because he's a busy guy. He might not have time for the interview, but man, if he could be like, "Hey guys, at Speedforce podcast, I'm John Wesley Shipp. I'm on The Flash. I'm awesome. I was the first Flash. That'd be cool. We'd love to play it." And he deserves
I'm gonna
that
be
credit.
Zoom. What?
Yeah, I'm Zoom.
What?
That'd be crazy.
You're blowing our minds here.
All right.
We have a special thing to tell everybody.
So sorry to interrupt our outro. I just wanted you guys all to know that.
No, it's okay.
All right, so
go to iTunes, guys, and give us 5-star reviews. It builds our community even better. For us here at Speedforce, I'm Phil.
And I'm Anthony. Ride the lightning, Speedsters.
Never gone into my lab to experiment that night before lightning flashed around me and time changed speed. Now I gotta try to be so patient until calamity will strike, because when things change in an instant, it's almost fast enough for me. And I'll be there before you know it. I'll be gone before you see me. Do you think you can imagine anything so lonely? And I know you'd really like me, but I never stick around, 'cause time keeps dragging.